absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just a second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Rodgers will throw for it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So what do you think the mindset was there? You can tie it with a PAT here first half. Why go for the lead right now?
The old school mindset says if you have a better team, you just go ahead and continue to try and dominate. There's also a school of thought, if you don't think you're quite as good, you have to try and take advantage of opportunities. And finally, I just think this is analytics coming into the game. Someone saying the more you go for two, the better your chances are of actually getting them.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
It's a gain of 34. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. First carry here for Ken Walker. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Preston Smith there on the stop. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Tannehill. Forced out to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. Finding Taysom Hill complete. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. And the first play will be a field goal try. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And they put the lead up to 4 now, 10-6. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
On 2nd and a yard. Rodgers, the pass complete on the crossing route. This is Tony with it. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now on 2nd and 13, Rodgers. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bottling him up defensively. And that brings out 3rd down.
Good defensive call right there because they had so much shadowing around his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevented from making another catch to his big start.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. No stopping Peyton Turner on that sack. He would not be denied.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience,
trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. And looky there, Charles, just acquired, already making an impact on the defensive side of the football.
Maybe not a superstar, but he does a few things well, and I think they'll emphasize that in his new role with this team.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Throwing on 2nd down. Rodgers. His throw incomplete.
He didn't just deny the big throw there. He put that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that made him some points on the board when this drive is over.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Throw left side complete. That's Williams. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. And I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around 30. Marcus Davenport. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Tannehill. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. Tannehill. That one incomplete there.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Off play action, Tannehill. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Tannehill. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Equanimeous St. Brown with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Lutz with the extra point. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. And that's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25. On 1st down, Tannehill. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Equanimeous St. Brown saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Saints continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. That's good on the extra point. The lead is up to 19 now. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. That's complete to Tony. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Into the hands of Williams across the formation. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. From the 35 on 2nd down, Rodgers. And this one is incomplete.
This defense is certainly organized and playing around each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
He has it complete to Christian Watson. Touchdown, Packers! Christian Watson, 65 yards. And the Packers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Matt LaFleur, he tells the offense, stay out there, go for two. They'll look to throw. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And with a two-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Rashawn Gary able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told.
Traditionally, as a defense, your number one job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacting the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already.
So that could be an important first sack if they do want to turn things around.
That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I don't think anyone would argue that having that extra week definitely helps come playoff time. And those were some fresh legs right there. That extra practice time and planning, certainly in evidence.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill.
To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense kind of slipped with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Crosby on now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game. And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Buying time to his left.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
A big-time play there for New Orleans.
And even 40 yards.
From the red zone now, Tannehill.
Throw out line to Walker. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Tannehill throwing again.
Repeated the last play, finding Walker.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. To throw is Tannehill. He'll buy some time right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Now Tannehill on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Make that now 4 touchdown passes for Ryan Tannehill.
And the Saints take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Let's look to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. To kick it off.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Rodgers now on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Divine Diablo dropping him behind the line of scrimmage.
He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed it. Off the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Throwing now is Rodgers. Finding Williams once more, complete.
And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Rodgers sliding out of the pocket. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Over the middle, complete. It's Jackson.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers.
Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Rodgers now on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Now Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown.
Aaron Jones,
a 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Packers are able to cut into that deficit.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. Rodgers will throw for it. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.
And the Packers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So into Packer territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 49-yard line. And they're going to run the end around with Jackson. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. That's going to go down as a loss of 9 on the first down play. So now then, the big loss sets up 2nd and 19. Now Tannehill. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going deep here for Landry. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
First down, Rodgers.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play there. Make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way. Makes a great play on the football and turns it into 6.
Thanks for the extra point. And they will lead up now to 25. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Under pressure, they got him again. Rodgers now after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteeing he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Now a fair catch called for and taken here, and that'll set up his guys in great field position. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill.
This one goes underneath to Walker.
They'll get it inside the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Off play action, Tannehill. steps away. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Ryan Tannehill, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Saints are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this fourth-quarter lead. Wants to try to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Now Rodgers gotta have this one. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
Finding room at midfield. And he is going to have a Packers first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on fourth and long.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here's Rodgers to throw.
Here's Tony on the quick slam.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. Rodgers to throw for it on fourth.
Right back to Tony. He's got another one. And the Packers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Here's Rodgers. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Lutz good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total.
And my goodness, another interception.
Tariq Woolen picks it.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And the slot man goes in motion left. Tannehill on first down. He gets it complete to Jackson.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely. No matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
Throwing now, Tannehill. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Lutz with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just added on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
That'll be caught. It's Tony.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before.
And now here's another interception.
Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Saints are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. Gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Tannehill going to throw it. They'll hit Jackson, complete. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And he's got the hook up to Landry. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And right now, Charles, I think you'd have to say their class is starting to show through.
Yeah, they were disappointed not to get the #1 seed in the playoffs, but the reality is these guys can play anywhere. It doesn't matter for them.
And if they can indeed hold on to this lead, that's going to set up one heck of a championship game next Sunday.
Let's come back and watch it, shall we?
Something tells me you and I are going to be there. It's good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Nixon now from his end zone.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this fourth quarter.
Demario Davis, his second sack of the night.
The Saints season will march on as we say thanks for watching